blood, something inside of his body. I want to burst his gallbladder and displace his kidneys. You know, but that's what you got to do. Those kind of big guys, you got to hit them real hard and let them think to themselves, wow, something is bleeding inside. You know.
So I don't see that fight going 12 rounds. Would you agree with that?
You never know. He might go 12 rounds. You know, he's tricky and he's awkward. You know, he might go 12 rounds, but it's going to be a violent 12 rounds, though. You know.
How do you prepare for somebody of that sort of size and stature?
I'll get some tall amateurs, probably some Cuban amateurs. If I can get some tall American amateurs as well, people who's fast, probably some switch hitters, you know. And I'll get someone like a Joe Joyce who is tough and will come forward and won't stop throwing his hand. I will try and smother you. And I just get probably a couple Cuban amateurs because he's got good hand speed, Fury, and good foot speed. So I think it's probably best.
Dillian Whyte says he would hit Tyson Fury real hard and make him feel like he has some internal bleeding if he were to get that fight as mandatory. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for ESPN Plus below using my link. It definitely helps the channel when you guys utilize that link. I appreciate everybody who's already currently signed up, and you know, kudos to everybody. You can also get the ESPN Plus with Hulu, Disney Plus, all three apps, one price, $12.99. And you can bundle it together that way. And the other thing is you have Adesanya versus Yoel Romero, March 7th on Saturday. So make sure you click on that link if you will be ordering UFC 248. And again, it helps the channel. Now, Dillian Whyte, he has his own YouTube channel. He started his own YouTube channel a little while ago, and he posted the snippet on his social media feed. And I'll put the link to the full video in case you want to watch the full video. But in the video, he said he felt sorry for Wilder. He actually felt sorry for him losing to Tyson Fury. And he documented what he believes would be the game plan of beating Tyson Fury and how he would go about handling someone with that type of frame. Because obviously Tyson Fury, he showed a different wrinkle to his game. He was a bit more aggressive. He did what he said he was going to do and burrowed his way in, used his size, and made it a mugging inside fight to try to bully the bully. And he didn't try. He actually succeeded. So Dillian Whyte says what he would do is throw malicious shots to the body, and he says that's what you got to do to guys that are that big. You have to hit them with real hard shots, break them down, and make them think like, oh, ooh. Is something bleeding? Like, am I experiencing internal bleeding? And he says basically that would be the key. And I actually agree with Dillian Whyte what he's saying. I think against, being a smaller person, when you are on the inside, you got to work. Mike Tyson was the master of this. Like some people, they get on the inside and then they don't. You did all that work to, as a shorter person, to some head movement, jab your way in or whatever, and you do all this work to get on the inside, and then you allow them to tie you up and clinch, or you get one shot off. That's just a waste of energy. So I actually like Dillian Whyte, what he's saying, the approach. Now, I will say this because I'm a realistic critic. The way Tyson Fury looked, I would actually give Wilder in the third fight more of an opportunity out of all the named guys, who are right there that, really realistically could fight Tyson Fury. It would be Dillian Whyte because Fury is the champion and Dillian Whyte is his mandatory. It would be Wilder for a third trilogy rematch, or Anthony Joshua in unification. So out of all those guys, I still give Wilder the best shot to beat Tyson Fury. And, you know, some people are going to say, oh, you're crazy because Wilder didn't look as good in his last fight. But, you know, I'm not going to break down the fight. If the fight happens, we'll talk about it. And I'm not saying I favor Wilder. I got to think about it, and I got to see it. But Wilder was caught off guard, and it wasn't his night. You know, long story short, wasn't his night. But he's already hurt Fury in the first fight. So he's already proved that to himself that he can hurt him. Dillian Whyte, Anthony Joshua, they never fought him as a pro. So they would have to, in ring, figure everything out. So it's possible Tyson Fury beats all of them. You know, that's definitely a possibility. You know, if Wilder has another performance like that, then it is really a wrap for beating Fury. Same thing with Anthony. Some guys just got your number. Same thing with Anthony Joshua. I wouldn't favor him over Tyson Fury, nor would I favor him against Dillian Whyte. But I will say I might even give Dillian Whyte more of an edge to beat Tyson Fury than Joshua, because at least Dillian Whyte, like he's saying, I'm not saying he absolutely can do this, because, again, I would favor, you know, gun to my head right now, I would favor Fury to beat most of them, you know. But Dillian Whyte has more aggression to his style. Joshua, the way he looked in his last fight, he didn't look like he had wanted to exchange. Like those little small pockets, Andy Ruiz came in like bad shape. And in those little pockets, you know, Joshua looked like he didn't really want none. He wanted to stay at bay, keep moving, and he didn't trust himself to be safe in those exchanges, you know. But the same could be said for Dillian Whyte. You know, Dillian Whyte has never been a champion, and Dillian Whyte fought a Marish Weck, who's a big guy and not nearly as good as Tyson Fury, and he didn't look good. So, you know, the jury's out. It's easier said than done. Dillian Whyte is saying he'll break Tyson Fury down to the body and this, that, and the third, but he's never fought for a title. Fury just got the title from Wilder by, you know, hostile takeover, and he definitely has more high-level experience just with the Klitschko fights and 2 Wilder fights now. So the thing I am liking is there's a lot of heavyweight conversation. You know, Dillian Whyte's laughing at Wilder. He's saying he feels bad. He's saying he would attack Fury's body and, you know, try to give him internal bleeding and really make a statement. He said it'll be a violent 12 rounds if it went 12 rounds. You know, I do like Dillian Whyte's heart. I genuinely think he's one of the guys that is a scrapper, and he will. I never thought he wouldn't fight Wilder. I didn't think he would beat Wilder, but he would be willing to fight him. I think he'll genuinely fight Joshua in a rematch, and he'll genuinely fight Tyson Fury. I don't think that his heart pumps Kool-Aid and there's fear. Can he beat those guys? That remains to be seen. Joshua already stopped him, but he hurt Joshua, but he got stopped. Wilder, you know, it's funny because some people are just writing Wilder off like the third fight is just a cakewalk. I can't wait to see how this unfolds, you know, and I think that makes Wilder, if Wilder could stay mentally put together, then he's going to be extremely dangerous, because the expectations are seemingly so low. If people are believing what they're saying and what they're typing, that, oh, nobody wants to see a third fight, Wilder's done and he's been exposed, I mean, then Wilder, you know, he's at an advantage there because nobody expects anything from him. They expect him to get steamrolled if he were to fight Tyson Fury again. So, you know, I just like that we're keeping the conversation alive. There's a lot of action in the heavyweight division. Dillian Whyte, you know, he could fight Wilder, Fury, one of them, you know, but it's not likely to be next. Most likely they're going to have a trilogy fight, and then Dillian Whyte would probably get the winner in February of 2021. Let me know what you guys think. Can Dillian Whyte beat Tyson Fury? Can he beat Wilder? He said he still wants to fight Wilder. Do you think he would beat any of them, or Anthony Joshua in a rematch? Let's keep the conversation flowing. If you love what I'm doing, smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.